People always struggle to paint black hair, so today we will paint a cute black-haired dog. So the trick to mixing the highlight color for our black-haired dog is to look for the color of the light that is being reflected off its coat and mix that color. In the dog we're painting today, it's light blue, which tells us the dog is probably outside. This dog has short hair, so we will only deal with short hair in the tutorial. If you want to learn how to paint longer hair, you can follow my Yorkshire Terrier tutorial. To paint short hair like this, I use a standard bristle brush and a chopping motion to lay in the colors. To save myself a lot of brush washing, I block in the one color in all the areas where I see it. I can then wash my brush and move on to the next color, and so on until the canvas is covered. You can do this blocking in for the whole animal if you are painting a la prima, or you can paint it section by section if you prefer. As you chop in these colors, lay them in broader than what you see them on the reference. Also, make sure that your brush strokes follow the direction of the hair at all times. Then when one color is blocked in, start to do the same with the next color. And as you chop this next color in, make sure to lay it in broader as well. In areas where you are laying down paint next to previous colors, vary the length of your strokes. This will give you a random hair-like effect. As you continue to lay in the various colors, the canvas will gradually fill up, giving a lovely realistic hair effect. If the canvas is still showing through in an area, just add extra layers of hair until you can't see the canvas anymore. When you have a large area to cover, like on the forehead, use a large bristle brush. In areas where more detail is required, like in the mouth area, then move over to a smaller bristle brush. In other words, use a brush that will allow you to work quickly, but accurately. The length of your chop strokes should match the length of the hair. Longer strokes on the forehead and very short strokes on the bridge of the nose. To paint the eye, ignore the reflections in the eye. Look past them to paint the eye as though there were no reflections first. Then come back and add the reflections to the eye. Doing this will give you a nice shiny effect. Then pay close attention to the area around the eye. Animals also have eyelids, eyebrows, tear ducts, and so on, so find those features and paint them in. In the nose and eye area, I will move over to using a fine liner in order to work more accurately. Remember, the eyes are the focal point of a portrait, so you need to paint them as accurately as possible. The nose is a series of continuous shadings. You will have to look very carefully to place the correct colors and tonal values in the correct places. From there, you look to see how they fade into each other. In order to paint the dimples on the nose, I use the tip of a fine liner to tap in light dots into the dark areas and dark dots into the light areas. Because the nose is shiny and wet, look how much light is reflecting off that top face of the nose. For the mouth, ensure that the bottom lip is darker than the top lip to show that the top lip is casting a shadow onto the bottom one. As you move down towards the body of the dog, you can gradually work rougher and less detailed. This less detail forces the viewer's eye to move back towards the face where there is more for it to see. For the same reason, I added as little detail to the collar as I could get away with. In order to make it sit naturally on the dog, I did, however, use a soft forward brush to carefully add a few overlapping hairs over the collar. Lastly, I used a rigger brush and very thin paint to add the whiskers and a few detail hairs here and there. And now notice how lovely and shiny the dog's coat looks with all that light reflecting off it. Had you noticed that it was the color of the light source reflecting off black hair before? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to try your hand at this painting, you can follow the real-time paint-along video on our website, onlineartlessons.com. Please like and subscribe so I can inform you when I release new tutorials like this one. I'll see you next time.